started. Yes, Kaushal.
Okay. So the HTTP request connecting parameters will tell that, like, if that duration is low, then network is pretty much fast and working correctly. But if it's high, then it indicates that the network is slow. Then next comes to the request TLS handshaking. So whenever the request and response happens, it happens through the SSL secure socket layer and TLS handshake. So if that timing is high, then it will suggest that, like, it's a slow security handshakes and all. So basically these four parameters we have to take into consideration most of the times. The HTTP request sending, the time taken to send a request. HTTP request waiting is time required to get a response from the server. So this should be a very low value. High value indicates the server side slowness. The HTTP request receiving is time taken to download the response from the server, and this basically higher value means there are the large payloads, and slow network can increase this time. Then the main parameter we specifically look for the HTTP request duration. So total time from sending a request to receiving a response. So it's like basically like overall time required to fulfill the API request. So this has to be taken into consideration, and the main reason we have to reduce it is because, like, it it dep- it depicts the, like, the what how server responding quickly or not. So basically, this is what tells us. Yeah. So the very reason we are using K6 as a performance and load testing tool is through because it's like a K6 test builder tool it provides. So what a K6 test builder is, it's similar to a Postman, very similar to the Postman, and in fact I can show you. Yeah. So this is the basic UI of it, and you will add get and post requests here basically. And once you configure all these, like you as usual, like headers, then you add your body in here. What you get is a script basically, and with all basic test scenarios already written in it. So most of the work of writing a test scripts from scratch is reduced here. So this is the very handy tool. Uh, and even if you guys tried writing your Postman scripts here, Postman requests and responses here also, it will be a lot beneficial because what happens, like, usually developers create their own Postman collections, keep it to themselves, and then even if a tester asks, they just provide those collections. Then tester have to write test scripts, modify according to the code according to their needs, and then uh, for the automation he has to do. So this time will be significantly reduced once we start using the K6 builder tool, test builder tool. Yeah. So here is the two main tools provided by the K6 are from Grafana Labs are Prometheus and InfluxDB. So Prometheus and InfluxDB are the time series databases, TSDBs, designed to store, process, and timestamp data. So whatever the K6 provides is a test summary. Like as we have seen earlier, it's an output summary, and it's a whole parameters with timestamp data. So to store that data, we use Prometheus and InfluxDB, and these data further shown in a time lapse format, so which is beneficial for monitoring, logging, and analytics. Yeah. Just give me a minute. So this is our K6 test scripts we have created from the test builder. And when we run this script, it will start the execution. Yeah. So as given in the script here, so we have provided some scenarios, ramping scenarios here, and based on those scenarios, it had generated a output result. So here, like from zero virtual users, the purple line will be request rate, response time, and failure rate. Failure rate is there are no failures here, and from here as we can see, like from 9 virtual users going peak and up and down peaks here. So overall, 76, 61 requests made in 5 minutes here, 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Zero HTTP request failures, you know, and peak request per seconds are like 6.6. So these kind of data help to understand the how application behaves certain loads and certain requests for. That's all.
Kaushal, on the local, can we get those type of graphs, or only you have to deploy on the cloud only?
Yeah, no. On local, you get the test summary, and to get these kind of graphs, you have to integrate with Prometheus and Influx DB.
Okay.
Yeah, or you can what you can do is you can log into cloud and run your tests there directly. Uh, yeah, so you have to log into K6 cloud,
Mm-hmm.
and you execute your test there directly, and you can see that graph there. Basically, this test I had added here catapult test. So I had executed it through the cloud itself, and just getting the here. So these will be added as a project here also. So, what you have to do, like you have to go to test and synthetics, performance, and project. So you will see all the test executions done here, and what are the test scripts you have written.
Yeah, got it, Kaushal. Thanks.
So next part is like setting up Prometheus. So this is like most of like advanced part, but I wanted to cover it. So basically, to set up a Prometheus, you have to go to your cloud instance first. This is your cloud instance. After signing up, you get a cloud instance one, and then you have to launch that cloud instance. Here, you go to the data sources, create new data source, set up Prometheus, and from here, go to details. So you have to fill all this information in here, and your token also that you have to generate here. So copy this token, add a basic authentication, your user ID, this Prometheus instance URL,
I guess the token, Kaushal, copy paste again the password.
no, yeah, I have used in this token.
Or maybe the it got cut.
No, it's from itself. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be not here. Error return. Yeah, yeah, it's I think it's already there. That's why it's still already. So once you get this Prometheus instance, what you have to do is you have to run your scripts with this extra minus o. So this will like output this uh, it's output summary, pass it to using this script format, sorry, output result format to your Prometheus instance. So once execution completed, it will go through this Prometheus instance, and it will be shown here as a test result. Oh, for some reason, I'm not getting here. Date. Anyway, so before that, like you also have to add your these variables in through your bash CMD. basically before running all these test scripts. And once you've done that, you will see a UI like this with all the different scenarios executing on this Prometheus dashboard. So it's a monitoring tool basically, and most of the tasks, like most of the data we get in output summary by itself, but it's just a monitoring tool. Yeah. That's all I can say. I think we can wrap up this session here.
If anyone has a doubt or concerns,
Just one general question. Like as compared to JMeter, what advantage do we see in the K6?
Okay. The first thing is like in K6, you get your test scripts. For API, your test scenarios are already written to the test builder, and you just have to download that script and modify accordingly. First thing is that. Second thing is that like in JMeter, it's a GUI based and distributed system, but K6 also provides the monitoring tools and test builder tools. So it's a plus. Yeah, so these are like few advantages you get over the JMeter, but JMeter is also like mostly used for the GUI based testing.
Mm-hmm.
also the new thing I see here, the stages one. I think in JMeter we don't have that, right?
Yeah,
No, we have that.
We have.
Yes. So most advantages for A6 is in JavaScript.
Oh, yeah, but in the JMeter also we can write script in the JavaScript, like multiple language supported.
Yes.
So like custom function
Mm.
or custom things, multiple language supported like JavaScript, Java also.
but here like you have to just tweak one option configuration variable so that you can create as many as test scenarios basically.
Actually, in the okay, JMeter also like good. Like starting, you have UI, all these parameter which you coded. There is already an option to add these things means at the start level, and the complex level you can add scripting things. Okay.
And Kaushal, does this support this parallel running of tests?
Yeah, by itself, you are providing the virtual users. You are running all the test cases parallel. So you are providing the virtual users,
Hmm.
and you have written some API request and response scenarios and checks basically. So it's executing a parallelly for whatever the number you have provided, and also like simultaneously, if you provided stages also, it will generate the test scenarios for those users basically.
Okay, okay.
A6 is like more like a
Kunal use.
visualization and monitoring tool. Sorry,
Kunal, you said JMeter will do also create a test cases.
Sorry.
No, you said JMeter also creates, as Kaushal said, right? JMeter creates when you write a particular API, it generates the test cases for that. So you were saying something about that.
No, K6 he's saying that API generates some test cases that use with
Right.
K6, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not aware about this JMeter. Normally, test cases is part of like JMeter. You can group things, okay, grouping that things, but I am not aware about test cases. Maybe Datta knows. Datta?
9.
Okay,
No,
so
okay.
okay, so no idea actually. Means not that much explore
Okay.
about the test cases. Okay.
Maybe saying something.
Yeah, so you can basically like write a post processor and you can do validations there. And it again gives you the language flexibility, whether like whatever checks you want to do should be in like it's in JavaScript or, but again, it's like same thing. It's you have to basically you can set those conditions there, like HTTP 200 and all.
Yeah, that is okay. Like we mentioned that I already mentioned, like JavaScript, Java, and many other languages supported to like pre-processor, post-processor things. Like okay, if in the pre-processing means in the request itself you have to generate some, for example, signature, unique ID, something like that. That you can provide. In the post-process things, like after response you got, you can add your custom code to what exactly you are mentioning it as a success. Okay, that we can add, as well as if we talk about Java things, you can write code in the Java, and you can that ready-made Java jars include in the JMeter. So like for adding complex logic, you can directly add jars into that JMeter and it can run that things.
No, like here in K6, apart from like basic checks, there are like different libraries also, like K6 execution to add authentication and all. So these libraries are also present. And apart from these, the main part of the K6 is like a thresholds. So basically, thresholds is like a set of conditions you provide, and based on those conditions, you determine like whether your API test is passing or fail. So um, K6 is a new in the market, but it's like more on like a visualization side, and it provides like a predefined libraries like execution library, more like another one is encryption library. So these there are like 7 to 8 libraries of K6 through which we can, I think we can do all kind of these things. What is it?
Okay.
Anyone else have any questions?
So, Kaushal, basically, we need to focus on how good K6 is against JMeter because we have huge fans of JMeter.
So we use JMeter for many
JMeter,
projects.
yeah,
That's why I'm asking.
agree.
It's
Kaushal,
not just UI. JMeter has that script. You can directly run script part also, that export reports also. So UI part is mostly for designing that cases. Okay. UI part is not for like running your load testing. UI part is just designing the test cases. After that file, okay, you can run directly without that UI part, and with dynamic giving that iterations, duration, that things, threads, how much you want, parallel users, that thing.
Right.
Kaushal, can I take over the screen? I'll just show people like what Kunasa was trying to share
Yeah, yeah,
regarding the session. Sharing screen.
yeah. I
So
stop.
yeah, so this is basically after like an HTTP response, you have got a post processor. So you can like pass this. You can chain these requests together. So this is my first request. I'm like starting a transaction here. I'm taking the same transaction ID and I'm passing it to my next request like that. And here we have got something called as response assertion. And this might be a little bit old because I'm using an older JMeter version. I think we are on version 6 now. I'm using 5.5. But here basically like you have these like you can test the response code, headers, data, and you have patterns to match. So this is what Kunasa was sharing with you guys. Okay. And basically like in post processor we have like multiple languages in this. So we have got Groovy, we have got Java, we have got JavaScript. So here you can write your scripts and here you can build accordingly. Yeah, that's it.
Okay then.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kaushal. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Kaushal.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you,
Kaushal.
Kaushal.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Kaushal.
Thank you, Kaushal.